The Eagles are at home facing the Denver Broncos. Eagles are a 3.5-point favorite with a total sitting at 43.5 at the time of recording this. I'm going to tell you why I like the Broncos to cover this game. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andy from WagerTalk.com. Listen, this is an Eagles team that I love the Eagles. I love Jalen Hurts, but they just haven't been that impressive. I think this is a good spot for Denver when I go through some of these numbers. Their pass defenses are pretty similar. Broncos a little bit better rush defense. And the fact is the Eagles are just not winning by big margins here. They get the 4-point win in the opener against Dallas. 3-point win against a banged-up Kansas City Chiefs team when their wide receiving core was next to nothing. Tyquan Thornton was their leading wide receiver in that game, and Tyquan Thornton's the guy that got cut by New England. So that's the kind of team that that Philly beat. And then luckiest cover of all time against the Rams when they had the block kick return for the touchdown. And then a one-score win against Tampa when Baker Mayfield was hurt. They didn't have Mike Evans. They didn't have Chris Godwin. So the Eagles have kind of been stumbling here a little bit, not blowing out teams. Meanwhile, we look at with the Broncos. The Broncos have 2 losses, 1-point loss at the Colts. The Colts probably should be 4-0 if we don't have the fumble out of the end zone from the wide receiver. And then 3-point loss at Chargers. They were winning that game with 3 minutes to go. So they're not getting blown out in their losses. There's an Eagles team that really struggles to pass the ball. Last week against Tampa, they were 0 for 8 in the second half. When they won a game, it was 0 for 8 passing in the second half. Philly is 3rd worst yards per play on offense. Meanwhile, Denver is 10th. Denver is 8th in yards allowed per play. Philly is 18th. And I know that some of these numbers are going to be a little bit skewed because of that Bengals game where the Broncos played a completely inept Bengals team. But there's something about that game when, on paper, the Broncos are coming off kind of a short week, but how much energy did they really use in a 28-3 easy win? So I don't necessarily think that this short week is going to affect Denver that much. This is why I like Denver in plus 3.5. If this was minus 2.5, I would stay away. But when I'm looking at this game, I'm seeing an Eagles team that just doesn't blow teams out. I see a little bit better rush defense for Denver. I see better yards per play. And Bo Nix, at this moment, is throwing the ball better than Jalen Hurts. And got a little bit of an issue with A.J. Brown. I think that's a little bit overblown. But this is just not an Eagles team that I want to be laying points with. Eagles do what it takes to win, but as far as winning by margin, that's just not really what they've been doing recently. So as far as a player prop, he didn't have a rushing touchdown last week. I think you go right back to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts to score. This has been something that we've just decided we're going to play every week this season. He's basically averaging 1 rushing touchdown per game in his career. So this is just a rinse and repeat type of play, and we expect this to be something like 11-6, 12-5 at the end of the year. So we go ahead and play that every single week. So if you're looking for a prop, I would look at that. Another prop when it comes out, Bo Nix, they put his rush attempts at 5.5 again last week, and he went over 5.5 rush attempts. However, caution on this one. 3 of those were kneel downs at the end of the game just so he got to 6. So if you think Philly's going to win this game and we don't get kneel downs from Bo Nix, I would look at the under on rush attempts. So I would also look at Denver maybe over the team total. I see 19.5 on DraftKings right now. There's an Eagles team that is not holding teams at home under this 19.5. I think this Broncos offense is gonna be on point, and they're gonna have a few surprises possibly. They did not need to show much in their last game against Cincinnati. So we're looking at the Broncos to do well, cover the spread, possibly their team total over, and we're looking at Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown. Our NFL Week 5 props pack is up. We're on a really nice 3-0 run. Swept the board in the 2 primetime games. And this prop pack, listen, this is my bread and butter. You guys that follow me, you know I love betting props. I think they're way more gettable than some of the lines and the totals. There's so many props on the board. I just don't think the books can have every single line dialed in. So every week we put up a props pack, and you get every single prop, all Thursday games, all the Sunday games, Monday games as well. So that's available at wagerstalk.com. We're well over 50 units in props last 365 days. So this is my bread and butter. This is what I do in NFL. So we're hitting about 55% on props, just full disclosure, about 55%. It's good. It's not great. I'd like that to be up around the 59% mark at the end of the season. So looking forward to a really good week 5. All props are included in that. You can get there quicker by going to wt.buzz/AL. I like the momentum that myself and the team have 3-0 in the primetime game. So looking for a big week 5. If you guys could please do me a favor and just hit the like button, really helps, and put in the comments section what you think on this game. You with me or against me on this Broncos love that I have here? I think they cover the spread. I think they go over their team total. Just let me know in the comments section. I love reading the comments and seeing what you guys are on. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Good luck on your bets. Let's have a big week 5. Good luck on your bets and take care.